Hello and welcome to the Best Boys podcast. I'm Danny.
And I'm Vince.
What'd you watch this week?
Okay, I watched the 3 Lord of the Rings, the first, not the newer ones, the older ones with...
So the Lord of the Rings, not the Hobbit.
Oh, is it different?
I mean, the Hobbit trilogy is...
It's
the
called
Hobbit
the Hobbit
trilogy.
Trilogy. Okay, yeah, so yeah, the Lord of the Rings. I watched Rocky 5, and then the 6th Rocky movie, that's just called Rocky Balboa.
The bad one?
Yeah.
It's like the one that was apparently really bad.
I kind of liked it, but...
I've never seen any Rocky movies, so...
I just watched them all because I want to watch Creed. And then,
I think you just have to watch the one with Apollo Creed in it then.
You don't have to.
I mean, that's why you're watching the Rocky movies. That's like the only one you really need to watch is the one with him in it.
Yeah, but I mean, still, it's good to just kind of get the whole thing of it. But then I also watched Central Intelligence with The Rock and Kevin Hart.
How was that?
Stupid, but it was like a
It was
funny...
It was one of those stupid funny movies.
Yeah, it was stupid funny. Like, The Rock, like, you wouldn't expect him to act the way he did. So that made it pretty funny. That's it.
Well, I haven't really watched much. I finished season 2 and 3 of The 100 in the last 2 weeks.
How did you like season 2?
It was good.
I couldn't stand season 2.
Well, since it's been out for like 2 years now, it came out in 2015. So, what couldn't you stand about it?
I don't know, it just... Like, okay, I haven't actually watched it in a while, but no,
I thought you were gonna say I haven't watched it.
But no, I have watched it, but I just haven't haven't seen it in a while. Like, I watched it back when it kind of first released on Netflix, but I just remember that there's just so many things in there that just upset me, and I just didn't enjoy it like I did season 1.
Since I was watching it with my cousin, and for some reason, we found it by watching Shannara Chronicles and Terra Nova, which are both not good.
The Shannara Chronicles was good.
Not good post-apocalyptic shows. Shannara Chronicles is enjoyable, but it's really just real generic everything. Okay. So, The 100, I'm surprised. We were both like, this is like really fucking good for CW. This is like that style of TV's Game of Thrones. It has multiple character stories, all that stuff. That's where we came from. See, there's an episode in season 2 that my cousin was like, I'm done watching this for today. And we didn't watch it for like 2 days after that. It's the one where they're like trying to figure out if they should give Finn to the Grounders or not. And everyone's like, don't give him. And we were just like, but he can't. And then he just gives himself up and everyone's like, why'd you let him do that? It's like, he did it on his own. Season 3 was really good.
Was it?
Have you not watched it yet?
I haven't wanted to watch it. Like, I felt...
No, season 3 gets really good. What about season 2 didn't you like?
I really didn't... I know I didn't like the ending because of how the black guy, what's his name? Yeah, how he pretty much led all those people on a vision quest.
Yeah, to the City of Light.
Yeah.
That's the point, though. You're supposed to see, it's supposed to be Jaha's falling down the rabbit hole and just becoming crazy and crazy because he thinks he's doing what's right.
Yeah, and that was just annoying. It's like, if he would just listen to people. And I think it was like the fact that as soon as all those adults came down onto Earth, they just immediately assumed charge, even though they had no experience on Earth.
But like,
they weren't really listening to the kids who've been on Earth and who've been dealing with all the crap on Earth, and it's just they needed to listen more.
Well, by the episode where Finn dies and they make the alliance and Lexa and Clark are like friends. They're just friends at this point. That's when Abby's not in charge and Clark is, but Abby's still like, I'm in charge of everyone here, but Clark is just like, I'm in charge of everyone. The only thing about season 2 that I didn't like was everyone trying to figure out how to not get Finn to die. And it was the season finale, the killing everyone in Mount Weather.
Yeah, okay.
That, I get why they did it, because it plays into season 3. But it could have been executed much better than just push a lever. They could have done she did it because her mom was getting drilled into for the bone marrow, and Bellamy did it because his sister was surrounded by guards. His sister, fucking Octavia, could have killed all of them in like a second. And they didn't know Jasper was doing what he was doing, because Jasper was going to kill Cage, the president. Weird lisp dude. Vampire dude, as I called him, because he looks like a fucking vampire.
Yeah. I wish the girl that Jasper had a thing with
Maya?
survived, yeah.
That's something that really plays into season 3. For Jasper's character. Because season 3 is pretty much because the last episode Clark leaves, and it's kind of the group of friends. Like, it literally starts off with Bellamy and Lincoln are fighting, but then it shows that it's like a sparring practice thing, showing people, and Lincoln's teaching the guards how to fight. And then Bellamy and Monty go to do some, like, mapping thing, and then it shows Jasper, and then it shows Raven, and they're like, where's Octavia? And then the doors open and Octavia rides up on a horse, and it's like, okay, this is just their fucking, let's show every character thing. So season 3 is pretty much making the alliance between all the Grounder clans and the Sky people.
Again?
No, like, because most of the clans don't want them to be in an alliance. And then City of Light storyline.
And then with like, season 2... they really, like, the ground people really just used the Sky people to get their people back and then turned on them.
Because Emerson was like, we'll give you your people if you just leave. Because they didn't need the Grounders' blood anymore if they were just going to take the Bowman. And then everyone's like, oh, we're fucked. And then they did it.
Oh, that's right. Okay, I do remember that now.
My favorite part of season 2 is when Clark and Lex are having, like, I don't know, it's like all the people at the table and they're talking about how to take on Mount Weather. And Clark's like, I need to go get some air. And then the guy's chasing her. And then her guard comes up and she's like, oh, thank God. And then she just turns and she's missing an arm. And she's like, run. And then she falls. And she thinks the guy did it, and it's a fucking giant nuclear gorilla.
Yeah.
They never show that gorilla again. And you're like...
I thought they did.
After that episode, no.
Oh, yeah.
So me and my cousin were like, why was there an episode that was based solely on a gorilla attacking them? But we realized it was to make Lexa and Clark bond more. But you should really watch season 3.
I'll think about it. Because I've been watching a lot of movies lately, and then I've been playing a lot of video games, so I haven't been watching much stuff on Netflix as much as I'd probably like to.
Yeah.
So I'm still on just season 3 of Gilmore Girls, and then I still haven't even finished Luke Cage. I'm like on episode 5 of that.
Just not interested, or just no time?
I don't know. Well, I was interested in it. Like, I'd watch an episode like in the morning or something, and I was interested in it. But it's not the best storyline. I think the episode I got to was when Luke Cage got shot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, when it actually
pierced him. Yeah. And that was the last thing that I saw, because then I started watching, I think that might have been when I started watching Gilmore Girls, or I was watching something else that came out finally. But not sure where I'm gonna go. I'll maybe watch that eventually.
Well, if you want to. I was surprised yesterday because I'd been watching it so much. My mom bought me season 2 and 3 on Blu-ray, so I have those.
Nice.
I want to borrow season 3 on Blu-ray. The only other thing that I've watched is I Am Not a Serial Killer.
John, adolescence can be a difficult time. It's normal to be drawn to death and murder, but you can go too far down that road, too far away from normal.
What do you say, John?
I'm interested in how many times you felt it was necessary to say the word normal.
I have rules to keep me normal and to keep everybody else safe.
When I think about killing a person, you just give them a compliment.
You are a really great guy. You're a freak.
You have a lot of predictors for serial killer behavior, but you're in control of your own destiny.
16-year-old John Wayne Cleaver, they give him 3 names, and he's obsessed with serial killers. The main character is played by Max Records. If you don't know that name, he's the kid from Where the Wild Things Are. It also stars Christopher Lloyd, Doc Brown. So far, it's been really good. It's just gotten to the point where he knows what's going on, and he's doing all the research, and I feel like his mom is going to find the research because she's worried about him because he's obsessed with serial killers. And she's like, you're doing all this? Because he's literally writing down all the things because he's been following the person.
I think the other movie I watched was The Dilemma. I think, unless I mentioned that last week, I can't remember for sure. It's with Vince Vaughn and Kevin James. I think that's his name, right?
Yeah.
I think that's what it was. I don't think I mentioned that last week or not. I can't remember.
There's actually one other thing that I started watching, but got 5 minutes in, not even 5 minutes in, and stopped watching. And that was True Memoirs, the Kevin James Netflix original spy movie.
Oh, that one.
That is shit. It's not Adam Sandler bad where it's funny bad. It is not good writing.
Oh,
and also Kevin James is a terrible actor when he's by himself. And he's the only person in that movie from that group. Anyways, since that's everything you watched, I know I said when we were talking earlier that I really didn't want to talk about reboots and stuff. Apparently there are 36 reboots being made currently. American Werewolf in London is being remade. Baywatch, Beauty and the Beast, obviously. Did you hear that Emma Watson turned down the role of Cinderella? That was a big article this week.
I enjoyed that Cinderella movie. It was really good, and it's not like it wasn't like a movie where they had a lot of singing or anything. Like I think she only sang once in that movie near the end, so it played well.
And Watson said, I didn't know they were going to make Beauty and the Beast at the time I turned down Cinderella, but when they offered me Belle, I just felt the character resonated with me so much more than Cinderella did. I don't feel like I particularly fitted in.
She's English, it's correct.
When I was younger. Bride of Frankenstein they're remaking.
Really?
Yeah. Dirty Dancing, apparently. Dumbo live action. Did you hear about this?
No, I haven't. Please don't.
Tim Burton is set to direct it, and apparently Will Smith is in talks to like be in it somewhere.
Oh,
and I was
no.
My cousin was like, "How are they gonna make Dumbo live?" Oh yeah, I forgot Disney live action is heavily CGI. I'm like, yeah. Also, Will Smith will probably somehow end up being the role of the crows, the real racist crows from the Dumbo movie.
Have you seen Jungle Book yet?
I haven't. I own it.
It's good.
It's not open.
Watch it.
I'll do that.
It's a good one.
The Grinch Who Stole Christmas
That
with Benedict Cumberbatch as the Grinch.
That
it's
looks...
animated, not fucking Jim Carrey.
Well, yeah, but it looks like the Lorax, just green.
Which is the style.
Yeah.
The Invisible Man. I think this is part of the Universal Monsters cinematic universe is something they're trying to make. Like Frankenstein, Dracula. That's why they made I, Frankenstein is supposed to be part of it. Dracula Untold was supposed to be part of it, but they cut it from it.
Oh, Dracula Untold was a good movie. Never mind.
It was a movie. It exists on video.
I really thought it was good. It was better than I, Frankenstein.
I, Frankenstein has a hot 3% from critics and has a 38% from audience. Dracula Untold has a 23% and 58%. All right, so it is better, but that's the only one that's been cut from the universe. So that shows you they're doing well with their ideas.
I don't know. For that kind of a story about Dracula, I thought it was interesting because like he had the like ultimatum of like you get this power for. He was like 3 days or something like that. But if you want to go back to being human, you just can't drink blood for that amount of time. But each time, getting like a worse and worse craving. And then it does eventually drink blood, like within the last little bit, because he wanted to save his kid or something.
Gotcha.
But
have you seen the original, like the black and white Frankenstein and Dracula and Wolfman and all
I
those?
don't think so. I think I might have seen Frankenstein.
None of those, fun fact, have any action in them. They're all pretty much romance stories. Like, they're old horror movie romance story things.
Kind of makes sense, though.
They're all on TV at least 3 times a year. Maybe more on Svengoolie, the Chicago horror thing where he just shows old movies. I don't think they should remake them. They should do... Did you see Crimson Peak, or did you hear about Crimson Peak? It was... advertised heavily as a really big horror movie. It was Guillermo del Toro, the guy that made the Hellboy movies, Pacific Rim, Pan's Labyrinth, so it was like very stylized. And he said that it was a Victorian romance, so everyone that saw it was really pissed because it was advertised as a horror movie, but it was a giant romance story. So that's why I can see them making it movies like that, very action-based, because like people don't want to watch romance stories based back then.
Yeah.
Even though I would watch them because if it's a good story, it's worth watching.
I mean, I like action movies more than a romance, depending on how the romance is, what kind of romance is going on, whatever. But I like a good action movie, especially something like that where it's Frankenstein beating a bunch of people just with like these bludgers things, like, and then like Dracula with his power, and it's just, I mean, overall it was good.
I like romance and dramas more than action movies because usually they have better stories. Action movies are either this person did something to my character and I'm gonna kill him. That's the overarching story of pretty much every action movie. If it's gonna be a standalone movie, it's just I'm gonna kill this guy and obviously the main character lives. Or if it's a multi one, both characters live and it just keeps going. And it's just a cash cow. Dramas and romance movies, recently even, like the ones that I've seen recently, you never know how it's gonna end. It's like they're gonna end up together and then they don't. Oh, this person's gonna do this, but then it doesn't happen. like movies that are like slow, and by slow I mean they actually are like, this is what's happening in the story, this is why this is all happening, not just show you a flashback of someone dying 19 times in a movie. That's why I like those more. Oh yeah, they're making another Jungle Book Origins. I think this is the Universal one, because Disney did the Jungle Book that already came out, but Universal's making their own with Benedict Cumberbatch, Christian Bale. Yeah, apparently Little Mermaid is in pre-production. Mary Poppins is something that's being made, apparently.
That does not need to be remade.
The live-action Mulan movie we talked about.
Have they come up with a cast for that yet?
Nope. Disney bought a script, and I'm pretty sure that script was leaked, and Mulan wasn't the main character. I think we've talked about this. A guy was the main character in the Mulan story.
Oh, great.
So everyone was like, what the fuck? Like, let's just make him a white guy. Hear me out. Let's make it,
Matt Damon.
He's on the Great Wall of China. Hear me out. And there's monsters. All right? $47 billion, please. The Mummy movie. This is supposed to be part of the universe. On Reddit, if you ever go on Reddit, on the front page, there's always going to be one post of Brendan Fraser, because everyone wants Brendan Fraser to do the Mummy, because the original Mummies were so good. Yeah. Brendan Fraser hasn't done anything recently, and it's real sad.
Wasn't the woman that he was with in the third movie different from the first two movies?
Yeah, I think so. And they say something. He's like, oh, you look different. They make a joke about it.
Yeah.
They're remaking Nightmare on Elm Street again. Pinocchio live action with Robert Downey Jr. as Geppetto.
Honestly, I can see that a little bit, but that's got to be probably like a bit of a comedy though. Pinocchio with Robert Downey, or it would be depressing, because he can do depressing pretty well too.
Yeah, Pinocchio could be real scary live action. Like Dumbo is gonna be freaky live action since Tim Burton's doing it, but that cat dude from Pinocchio, the monster of the whale eating them, is gonna be horrifying. Apparently they're remaking Police Academy. Have you seen those?
I think I've seen one.
That definitely wasn't the first one. Because there's like 6 of them. And apparently Key and Peele bought the rights to make the movie.
Oh, great.
So I love the Police Academy movies. I own every single one of them. Up to 4, they're good. 5 and 6 barely have any of the same cast in them. That's one thing that they don't need to remake, because the classic is just so good. Power Rangers, obviously.
Kind of looking forward to that still.
S.C.O.O.B. or Scoob, set for 2018. Scoob was described as our first shot at unlocking the whole Hanna-Barbera universe. Why is everything being made into a cinematic universe? Thank you, Marvel, for ruining movies.
Well, Marvel already had a universe. Like, they had comics and everything.
No, but the cinematic universe. They started the, we make a bunch of movies and they're all connected. Now they're doing DC, they're all connected. They're doing Disney. I don't know if the Disney...
I wonder if Marvel's plan was, like, to original... Like, when they first started with Iron Man back in, 2000 and...
Like, something.
6 or something? Mm-hmm. Maybe even earlier. I don't even know. So, maybe about that. But, like...
2008.
But, like, I wonder if they originally planned to make this, like, a whole thing.
I think they did. Or was Nick Fury in the first Iron Man?
Yes. I think, like, at the very end. Like, I think
yeah, like, at every movie that he's in.
Yeah, but I think, like, I'm thinking they just did that, like, to kind of set up a sequel, just in case, like... And if Disney were to do a universe... That'd be weird. Like, what I see happening is
like Belle, Cinderella, and all them like fighting crime.
No. Like, this is what's gonna happen. So they already have Tarzan out, but I mean that's not Disney. Disney didn't do it.
That's not Disney then.
But
I'm talking the Disney movies, the Disney remakes, live action remakes. So like Jungle Book, Dumbo.
All right. So fine. So like
Baloo and Dumbo take over.
So what do they? So DC. Disney has Cinderella, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna have Beauty and the Beast.
Yep.
Did Disney do Pan?
I don't. No, they did not.
Okay. So they have Cinderella, Beauty and the Beast. They're gonna have Mulan, and then I see them. They're going to do. Oh, and then they're gonna have Little Mermaid.
Maybe.
Well, it's saying 2017. So as of right now, okay, so they're gonna have Little Mermaid too.
So you think they're just gonna do like a princess?
No.
Princess cinematic universe.
No. So maybe they'll make their own Tarzan movie. They're gonna hopefully they make an Aladdin.
I think that's one of the remakes we've talked about. That they're
okay, but actually cut Aladdin out of there. Like,
but they are making.
Well, maybe, maybe Aladdin, but then I'm gonna say it's gonna go. Then they need to make a Tangled, but then with Frozen.
Then Cars.
No, but with Frozen, they're all going to come to the big thing that happens at the end. Like, what doesn't she have like a big like ball or something the end where they?
No, there was a thing at the beginning where they were coming for the coronation thing, and that's when you see Rapunzel in the crowd because apparently Rapunzel and the fucking Frozen girls are related. All this story.
Well, there was a thing that Tarzan was on, or like the mom was pregnant with Tarzan, their parent.
Yeah,
like I don't know. I don't know if it's, but that's what's gonna happen.
No,
they're all just gonna show up there, and that's how it's gonna go.
But there's Olaf, and it just cuts to Olaf for the last 97 minutes of the movie.
So Olaf will be. Did you see that movie Jack Frost? Where the dad, like, I think he got into a car. Yeah, and he got in the car. That's gonna be Olaf.
No, I was thinking, have you seen the original Chronicle of Narnia movies? The BBC ones with the people in the costumes?
Oh, no.
Ooh, that's something that we need to watch because it's hilarious. But that's what I think should be. But since it's gonna be like everything is gonna be heavily CGI if they even do that. The Disney Princess Cinematic Universe.
I just want to see them like.
You should go pitch that to Disney.
My idea.
Yeah, and then they're like the Avengers, but the Disney princesses.
But they all just come, and then for some reason they're gonna change Frozen so that all the Disney princesses are helping. You got Jasmine and with the flying carpet.
And then Ariel's just stuck in the ice.
Well, no, she has legs at the end of Little Mermaid.
Yeah, but what about the live action movie? Will she turn back into a mermaid?
Probably not.
Because I think the live action movie, or the actual story she likes those are bad. Well, who knows what the fuck is gonna happen?
Well, yeah. Well, so far the Disney movies are keeping really close to the stories.
The Disney cartoon movies. But with the Hanna-Barbera cinematic universe, so they're gonna do Scooby-Doo, Flintstones, Jetsons, Pink Panther, anything on Boomerang. They're gonna make Johnny Bravo.
That would be a great movie.
With The Rock as Johnny Bravo.
Yes.
Because that's something that would happen. Just give
Honestly, I wonder who would be really good for Johnny Bravo, though. Like, besides The Rock.
No one.
No one?
We don't need that. We don't need the Hanna-Barbera
Could you imagine
cinematic universe.
Could you imagine The Rock with this, like, wig that just goes back?
I can, and I don't want to do it.
I wish there was, like, images on Google.
Google The Rock as Johnny Bravo.
The Rock.
Apparently they're making The Wolfman again. They made that in, like, 20... Is it a thing?
Carry on.
Is it a thing?
I mean, somebody...
Is it a thing someone Photoshop? They're apparently remaking Van Helsing. War Games.
What are they? Wait, Van Helsing. When did they give a date or no?
No, there's just question marks. War Games. White Men Can't Jump. Winnie the Pooh live action.
Gosh, please no.
I hope Winnie the Pooh live action is anatomically correct animals, so he's just wearing a t-shirt and his dick is hanging out. He's just like, "Suh, girl."
Nah, it would be like
you ever Winnie the Pooh?
Paddington.
You ever Winnie the Pooh? Where you just where you just wear a t-shirt and look at yourself in the mirror and you look real sad. I think that's my favorite joke.
Oh, here's another one.
Okay, you're gonna have to close that tab and never talk about that ever. Never talk about Johnny Bravo
and The Rock
ever again. A new trailer for Triple X came out. Did you see that one, the new trailer?
I think I did.
The one with Ice Cube in it.
Maybe not.
That made me. I was like, okay, that is fucking awesome. Because like
X takes care of his song.
Because he was Triple X in State of the Union, and I was like, Ice Cube is gonna be in it.
All right.
Does that
all right? So now I have to watch the second one.
The Triple X cinematic universe.
So I have to watch the second one now. Great.
Yeah, I guess the second one I think is better, but that's just because probably a nostalgia thing.
I like Vin Diesel.
Mm-hmm.
So.
The Last of the Witch Hunters, or whatever the fuck that movie is.
The Last Witch Hunter.
That's getting a sequel.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Heck yeah! Oh, they took the State of the Union off of Netflix.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, R.I.P. But that's coming out this weekend. So is that Split movie.
Oh, that's coming out on Friday, the Triple X?
Yeah, but, movies don't need to be rebooted, and not every company needs a cinematic universe. I'm just gonna pitch it right now. The Nicholas Sparks Cinematic Universe.
Well, they've already got so many of those Nicholas Sparks movies out.
But what if they all came together to fight crime? Cinematic universes don't need to exist. Unless they are something like Marvel where it's a comic book and all the characters already exist in the same universe. If it's something...
So, what about, I mean, I don't know if this is a cinematic universe, but what about, like, the Harry Potter stuff? The Wizarding World?
I don't know if that's a cinematic universe. They aren't making, like, a bunch of different movies. It's Harry Potter and then Fantastic Beasts. They haven't announced anything else. Star Wars...
And then that's nothing that... Yeah, okay, that makes sense, because it doesn't all link together. It's just...
I mean, it does. It's all in the same universe.
It is. It's all in the same universe,
so that'd be a cinematic universe. Star Wars could be considered a cinematic universe, because all the movies and all the spin-offs they're making.
Yeah.
What else is a cinematic universe? You know what? They need to make Nintendo cinematic.
Please, no.
Did you see the Nintendo Switch announcement?
No.
This isn't movie related at all. They showed like all the stuff for the Nintendo Switch, and it's gonna be like $300. The first game that's coming out with it is Zelda, and the two games that are like Nintendo made, the generic games, are 1-2 Switch and ARMS. And let me tell you, I have not cared about a console less than I care about the Switch.
Like the thing with Nintendo is that most of their games are like for kids or younger people.
It's for kids. And then people that are diehard fans of the series. This series is.
So, I mean, that's why it's not as good as, like...
Oh, and Mario Odyssey, which is a Mario 64 Sunshine-style game. Okay. Which is the only game that looked like it could be fun. But we're not a video game podcast, so no one cares. Other than that, there's really, I don't think, anything else I can think of to bring up.
Are you going to watch a series of unfortunate events?
I've been thinking about it. I don't know. I really don't know. I was excited for it to come out, and now I'm just like, it looks like it's a show. Neil Patrick Harris is in it.
I'm thinking about watching it.
Yeah, I'm contemplating it. I'll probably end up watching it just to talk about it. You know. Anyways, thanks for listening. Rate and review us on iTunes, please. If you want to email us, bestboyspodcast@gmail.com. Tweet at us @bestboyspodcast. Tell us your favorite cinematic universe, or what should be a cinematic universe, on Twitter or through email.